My old man said, so you're not going to take it up? And I went, no, Dad, I didn't want to do it. I don't want to be a referee. Bugger being a referee. Anyway, then a couple of weeks later, he came home and said, listen, the El Cortez pub, which was the local pub for our Canley Heights Dragons, where they sell the raffles.
Did your dad start that club?
Dad started with 4 other blokes, started the Canley Dragons. And he came home and said, there's a new pub competition, the Brown Jug, the El Cortez, the Kookaburra, and they're all entering their own teams. It's not affiliated with any rugby league, but they need their own referee. They've got an A grade and a B grade. They'll give you $20 a game. 1977.
Right. That's good money.
$40. That's a week's wage.
Huge.
For a first-year apprentice.
Absolutely.
Pub grade, yeah, good.
Yep. Opened up the drawer, took the ticket out, went, I'm in. So I was the El Cortez's when they had the home games.
Yeah.
I refereed
And
their
you were
games.
up what age?
17.
And cash too, eh?
Cash.
Yeah.
But the hard thing was you had to go to each team and they give you $10. So I go over the winning team and give you the $10. When you go to the losing team, it was like, and when
to get the 10 out of them because they've lost.
Let's describe the pub comp. The pub comp was
please.
would be's, could be's, has beens, maybes,
Pissheads.
heads, beer guts. One of them, the B grade finished. They went over to the ute. They had a keg with the old spear in it. They were pulling beers.
The good old
And
days. I love
old Johnny was over there with a schooner, and one of the blokes in the A grade got hurt, and they've turned around and gone,
John, get on.
Johnny's there with his shorts on, beer gut hanging over, socks down, and he's still in his boots, and he's gone, oh, hang on. Strolled the rest of the schooner, pulled the jersey on and ran on and played. That was the pub comp.
That's your game.
That's
isn't it?
rugby league.
You love
That's
that.
good old
You're
days,
Dorsey,
isn't
eh?
it? Yeah, the good
Just
old days.
foaming at the mouth.
But as a 17-year-old, officiating guys like that, you must have copped a fair bit of abuse too off them, and so you've learned at that age what it's like. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a very good background and a good grounding to it because they give it to me. I remember one bloke turned around and said, mate, you're in the bin. And he turned around and said, well, I'm not going. And I went, well,
So
you
you're
are.
17 and he's like mid-20s or something, is he?
Yeah, and a hard knock at the bloke. And I just said, well, we're not playing. And he goes, how about I put one on your chin and knock you out?
That's
and I went,
typical line.
And I went, you can do that. And I said, but we still won't play. And next minute, there's my mum standing right behind her, beside me with the umbrella, and she's turned around, you hit him and I'll whack you.
How's that?
Mrs. Harrigan.
Good on
legend.
you, Mrs. Hayes. What a legend. So let me ask you about that pub competition. How brutal was it? I mean, they were trying to belt the shit out of each other, and in those days, it was like that, wasn't it?
They did. And
But
as I
everything
said,
was around the head.
would
the
be,
swing
could
arms.
be, has been. So this was their stage. So they were ripping in and belting, and it was a great grounding because they did flog each other and blowing penalties. And every time, and this is where I learned, don't go in. So when there's a blue, if you watch it, some referees, they used to go in and try and break it up. When they had a blue, I backed off. I'm 2 or 3 steps straight back out the back, blowing the whistle and just watching
the whistle from
because there was
afar.
no way of stopping these blokes throwing.
They'll sort themselves out, won't they?
Haymakers, and then blokes, some of the guys were really aggressive and really ripping in, and then you see a couple of mothers looking for you, sort of thinking, are you going to blow the? You got to stop this! Please stop it quickly.
Are you blowing the whistle or not even a whistle?
No, I'm just standing back, blowing the whistle,
Have a
and
schooner
going,
at the
get out of it,
side of the
get out
field
of it.
while that happens.
But it was brutal.